Piero. Happy New Year, and thanks for being with us tonight. As we venture into 2016, the most dangerous threat to Americans is President Obama's intent to use his presidential action to once again usurp congressional powers and circumvent the Constitution by thinking up new actions this Monday with his Attorney General. Translation? Together, they will chip away at our Second Amendment gun rights. And let's not kid each other. With history as our guide, whenever this president says one thing, we know to believe another. Whenever he does something that makes no sense, we ultimately pay for it. Example number one. Not to worry, ISIS is a JV team. He would contain them until he decided that he would dismantle them, all the while admitting he had no strategy to do either. The reality? Today, ISIS is the largest, strongest, most well-funded terrorist organization the world has ever seen, with not only social media savvy, but with satellites above the Muslim world. Example number two. Al-Qaeda is on its knees. We've defeated the Taliban sufficient to bring our troops home. Now, maybe I missed it, but apparently there's been a resurrection. The reality? Al-Qaeda is far from on its knees, developing training camps all over Africa and Afghanistan. And the Taliban? Back in Afghanistan, on the brink of controlling it again. So, looking back at 2015, when ISIS succeeded in the slaughter of innocents in Paris, and ISIS-inspired militants succeeded in the slaughter of innocents in San Bernardino, California, it's no wonder more Americans believe the terrorists are winning the war against terror. It's no wonder 64% of Americans disapprove of Obama's approach to ISIS. So where does this all leave you? Up a creek, not just without a paddle, but without a gun as well. At a time when we face the biggest threat we have ever been confronted with, our commander-in-chief is on an anti-Second Amendment crusade
to take away our guns.
Now, in the aftermath of Sandy Hook, the president took 23 executive actions. Didn't stop a thing. California, with some of the strictest gun control laws in the country, didn't stop a thing in San Bernardino. And in France, where gun laws are among the most restrictive in the world, innocents were slaughtered like lambs. Mr. President, the issue is terrorism, not mass shootings. And yet, because of a political agenda, you refuse to confront the biggest danger that we face. Instead of blaming guns, why don't you start shooting terrorists? Maybe you don't have time to focus on this because you're too busy emptying Guantanamo and trading deserters for Taliban generals. And as a result of your dilly-dallying in a leftist political ideology, you should be focusing on protecting us and letting us defend ourselves. The police cannot do it all. And that's my open. Tell me what you think on my Facebook page.